Well, hello everyone, and a very good evening to all of you. Thank you for taking out the time and joining us on this webinar. As we all know, today the topic for our webinar is on how non-coders can become full stack developers. So everyone present here, I think so this is a very common question that we've all had at some point of the time, that whether the question pops up in the mind that I don't have a coding background, I haven't studied CS or I haven't studied IT. So whether I'll be able to do coding, whether it's easy for me, or whether I won't be able to do it, or whether I can like have a career in the technical field. These questions are quite common and they up in everyone's mind. So the main agenda of this webinar is to discuss this problem, that who can take coding and who can take full stack web development, whether it is suitable for people with IT background, or can people who do not have a background in IT, can they take up as well. So today over here, we are having Sanjay sir with us. Sanjay sir is the one who is going to take us through this webinar. He's going to explain us everything about full stack in detail, about what full stack is, how it can help you, and how many of you who do not have a background in coding can take up full stack web development. So I'll just be sharing my screen and giving you all a short introduction about Sanjay sir. Yeah. So Sanjay sir is a professor at AG School of Business, Data Science and Cybersecurity. To talk a little bit about his education, he is a BSc, MSc and an MCA developer, as well as a data enthusiast, analytics and a subject matter expert. So overall, Sanjay sir's experience in full stack industry is more than 12 years. He has been working as an SQL, PL and DevOps engineer. So he is a lead engineer and a tech consultant for a variety of businesses, including Hopscotch and Tagged, co-founder of Wizard Solutions, and IT consulting and service organizations. So along with training students in his 12-year career, Sir has been training many corporate organizations and their employees as well. So Sir is the one who's going to be taking us today through full stack development. In case I'll just request everyone, if you all can just switch on your cameras, that would be very interactive for each one of us. And I'll just request now, without wasting any more time, I'll just request Sanjay sir to take over now.
Yeah, thank you, Suyog. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak with our lovely students and participants. Myself, Sanjay, as Suyog has already given brief introduction about me. So I have been a trainer, a developer, and associated with Aegis for quite long now. And today we have gathered here to discuss about the opportunities for us in the field of full stack development. And also, I have been informed that most of our participants who are from non-IT background or might be having some IT background or some knowledge about some programming and so. So they are here with us to discuss about the full stack development, and they want to know how non-coders or the person who is not into the programming or any kind of any computer related technologies can become a full stack developer. So I welcome you all on behalf of Aegis, and let's begin our discussion. And before we begin with our discussion, as I can see good number of participants here. So the question that how a non-coder can become a programmer or a full stack developer is basically not a question that Aegis is going to ask you or Aegis wants to ask you. It is basically the question of those or those students or those candidates who really want to or they want to really take the advantage of this particular field, that is IT field, which is now very much into the growth. And for recent 2 to 3 years post COVID period, that is lockdown period, there is an ever increased demand of IT professional in various IT domains. So I'm definitely aware that most of the students who are from non-IT backgrounds are also inclined to the IT field, or they want to take the advantage of this particular area. So that is why we are here to discuss all about the opportunities that is available for those students who are basically from non-IT background, or basically those who are never have been that much into the coding, if even if they have been into the IT field or in the IT stream. Means they don't have much, they never took that much interest in coding, or basically they have zero coding knowledge. So before we discussing, or before I come up with some important discussion and some important points related to your full stack development, I would like all my participants, whoever are here in this particular session, webinar, to please put your questions, or you can, if you have any kind of query. So really, I would be really happy if you can uh, uh, open up and please ask whatever query you have in your mind, or whatever doubts, or whatever questions that you want to ask related to this particular field, that is how a non-IT coder, or non-IT person or non-coder can become a full stack developer. So basically, this is not a kind of webinar where we are only going to speak and you are only going to hear. I want it to be very much interactive. So guys, please put your question or unmute yourself. We are very much here to listen what you want to know, and we will definitely try to come up with all the answers to your queries. So I see all the participants. You can please put your questions. Either you can unmute yourself, or you can simply put in your chat box. That would be very much more likely to be a good conversation between both of us. Please. So if you have any query in advance, you can put your queries. Anyways, we are going to start with our discussion. What is exactly a full stack development, and how a non-coder can become a full stack developer? Yes, guys, please put your queries. Hello. I think I am audible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir, we can hear you.
So I want you all to be interactive. Means I want you all to come up with your questions, because I know you have attended lot many different types of webinars, and every day you might be getting invitations from so many different people, or even college. They must be telling you about full stack development and all those things. But I want you to interact with us. If you have any kind of query related to this, because it is your question, not ours. How a non-coder, or a person from non-IT background can become a full stack developer? Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's begin with our discussion very quickly about the full stack development. So after the discussion, let's have this question answer session once again. So basically, what is exactly a full stack development, and why we are going to why we are here to discuss about it. So basically, everyone is aware of what is programming, and everyone know what is a software development. So basically, you are using a lot of different types of software in day-to-day life. Okay, even you're using mobile applications, you're using websites, you're using you have used many different types of desktop applications. That is, if you have your laptops or computer, or even in your college also, if you have done some practicals on computer. Basically, I know there are so many students who are from non-IT backgrounds, but I'm also aware that even if you are from non-IT background, there are few practicals you might have done on the computers, that is using some computer simulation. And I'm sure that once in your life you have either done C programming or your Python programming. That is sure. So it is not that it is nothing that it is not very much new that a programming concept is very much new to you. You might have used this programming, or might have done some practical, or used some simulation either for the mathematics, or might be have done for some kind of uh, projects that is related to your say, even if you are from electronics and telecom background, or even if you are from mechanical or civil background, there might have been some practicals in your syllabus where you have used the programming like C and Python. Okay, so basically, what is programming, and what is your software development? So software development is nothing but making software in that are used in your day-to-day life to make your task easy. It can be a mobile application, it can be a desktop application, or it can be a website. So basically, what does a software developer does? He develops the software, right? Now, when I say full stack development, so what is basically a full stack development, and what are things that are covered in your full stack development? So let's try to understand those that with a small slide. So I have a slide. I have one small PPT for you, so that will give a better understanding of full stack development. So those students or those participants who have been never been into the coding, so this particular PPT is going to give you a very good idea about the full stack development. So let me share with you the slide. So now, can everyone see the slide? Hello?
No, sir.
Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. I will just begin with the slides. Okay. So here, as you can see now, if you can see the screen slide now, everyone. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's
Yes,
great.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's try to understand what is a full stack development. And before understanding our full stack development, let's try to understand what is the technology stack. So there is very important word, stack in that full stack development. Okay, so what is a technology stack? Basically, technology stack is a collection of relevant skill sets and tools to work on a project development. So what we are going to do as a developer, when we become a developer or a program, and when we go into the IT industry, we are going to develop all the projects. The projects can be a very long ongoing process. Means a project can be a very short term project, or some projects are very long term projects. And there are continuously development that keeps on going on a single project. So it can be a very short term project, or it can be a very long term project. So to develop the project or to work on the project, there are different aspects of a project. Okay, and to work on every aspect, when I say very aspect, means one project might contain different types, different stages of development. Then we need some relevant skill set. Means project is not one particular, is not a thing that it is developed single-handedly. It has very different types of phases of development, and in every phases we need different type of skills. So the collection of relevant skill sets. So you have to learn that skills and tools, and then only you are going to work on the project. Okay, so that a collection of those skill set. If you have the knowledge of those skills and tools, then you can become a software development. And if you have something in your mind that development is all about the programming and coding, then that is actually wrong. If I say if you are a developer, or if you are working in IT industry, you are only going to code there. No, nowadays I will remove some misconception of from your mind. Basically, you should be very much good in your logic and mathematics. Mathematics, when I say, how can you become a good programmer, or you can start with the coding, so you should have knowledge about the maths. Now I know, being an engineering student or being a graduate, mathematics is definitely a subject that you have studied. Okay, there might be any student that he has not done the mathematics. So mathematics is the subject. So if you know the mathematics, you know the logic, how to use the logic, you know general mental reasoning and ability thinking, general mental reasoning and logical thinking, then definitely programming is very much easy to learn. So anyone who has their logic clear, their basic maths clear, and general mental ability to solve the logic and some algorithm, they can easily become a coder, or they can start with the programming. But when I say development is not only all about the programming. It is not all about the coding. Nowadays a developer need to do a lot of things using the tools. So the knowledge of the tools, proper tools, and to build the logic is more important. So when I say the knowledge of skill sets and tools for a development project, that comes under your technology stack. So that is all about your technology stack. What is a full stack development? So when we say there are a lot of skill sets that is required to work on a project or to become a developer, now it is not necessary that a person is going to learn everything that is there in the development. A candidate might learn only some special skill set and he become specialized in that particular skill or tool, or he can become he can work on all the tools and he can become a full stack developer. So basically, if you see, there are two aspects of development. Either you become a full stack developer, or you work on only one part of the project. Okay, so obviously now the question is that what kind of candidate a company is going to hire. A company will always hire a candidate who has full stack development knowledge. Basically, then that candidate becomes an asset for that company. So the company can utilize that candidate anywhere and anytime where they want. So even if so, the biggest problem with the companies is that when they hire the candidate, they keep they always take into consideration that the candidate is not sitting on the bench. Sitting on the bench means is not sitting idle. He has to be assigned some task, and if he is a full stack developer, definitely he can be utilized, and therefore companies pays good amount or good salary to such kind of candidate. So you have to focus to become you have to become a full stack developer, and that will increase your salary package, and also the chances of hiring of such candidate becomes very high. So that is why full stack development is very important. And to understand what is a full stack development and what are things you are going to learn in the full stack development. So let's take an example of, suppose a developer is there and he wants to a company wants to develop some website or some web application. Now, as you know, what is a website? Anything that you use on your web browser, like your Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, all those browsers you have. So whatever applications that runs on the browser are called as your website. Like your example, if I give, it is your like your YouTube. It is a audio video streaming platform. Then you have Netflix, your OTS platform, that is to watch movies and all those things. You have online ticket booking, your e-commerce website, your online you have online trading platform, your online banking platform, your email server, how you send your emails. Okay, all, and then social networking websites. So there are so many different types of websites and web applications that you use in your day-to-day life. All these are applications or websites that are run on your browsers, and you have to put the address on the web browser, that is URL, and then you have to open these websites and applications and use them. So if a company wants to develop a website or web application, they have to work on two important parts. One is they have to develop the front end, and some application may also have the front end and back end. So what is exactly a front end? So when I say a developer has to develop a full-fledged website, a full-fledged web application. So he will be either working on the front end, or he will be working on the back end, or he might be having the knowledge of both. Okay, so what is front end? So whatever that we see is a front end, means the design part. So whatever representation or design part, that whenever we open any application or any website, whatever we see in front of us is called as your front end. Okay, and it is also in short called as your graphical user interface. Why it is called graphical user interface? Because this is the interface using which we are going to communicate with our web servers or web application. Okay, so that is why it is called as your graphical user interface. And to design the front end, especially your websites and web application, we make use of your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are the basic technology that you have to learn to become a front end developer: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, knowledge of HTML and CSS, JavaScript is an optional, but if you know the JavaScript, it is well and good, because then you can become a good front end developer. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript will make you a good front end design, that is web developer, or it is also called as a web designer. Okay, so that is called as a front end technology. Now, I have shown you some of the front end UIs. This is a news portal. It is a UI for your news portal. Then we have mobile applications and we have your desktop applications. These are all your front end. These are all your user interface GUI. Okay, through which we are going to access the information and communicate with the world. Okay, so to design front end, we have to know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also the frameworks of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, now what is exactly HTML is going to do, what is CSS is going to do, and what is JavaScript is going to do. So to if you are not aware of HTML, or if you have heard about the HTML, what is an HTML? HTML is a language that is used to create the structure. So that means using HTML language you can create the structure. Okay, but CSS will give the style. So simple structure without style will look very ordinary. No one would prefer to watch such kind of website or use such kind of website. It is not so much appealing, and therefore to make it appealing, we make use of CSS. So CSS is like providing the style to the structure, as you can see on the screen. Okay, so only HTML, CSS is enough to create the front end. But what does the JavaScript does? JavaScript makes the website user interactive. Means what? It makes the website more user means what? I will give an example. You have seen so many websites which are very much interactive. For example, when you click something, it gets pop-up message. You have a lot of images that keep on scrolling. You have banners, lot of banners. Then you have a lot of carousels, that is moving pictures. Then when you scroll the website, that is page is when you scroll the website, you will see a direct you can directly scroll to top, and you can directly navigate to bottom of the page using some buttons, some some special effects using hover effects, all those things, and smooth transitions, some loading signals. If suppose the website is very slow or your internet is slow, you'll see some loading symbols. All those effects are given with the help of your JavaScript. So nowadays JavaScript is used to create very user friendly and interactive websites. But without JavaScript also you can create, you knowing your HTML and CSS. So this will make you a front end developer. Now, what is a backend technology? I will explain you in very short. Now, what is a backend technology? Now, once you have created your front end design, okay, now you want to show some information on your web page. Now, some websites are very much static. What do you mean by static websites? Static websites are those websites whose contents never changes, or the content or those information that you see on web pages are always same. If you visit any today, tomorrow, or after 1 week, or after 1 month or year. Okay, so such kind of websites are static websites, and thus this website doesn't require any kind of backend. But most of the websites that you are using today are dynamic in nature. What is dynamic nature? Means the content on the web page keeps on changing. For example, I told you the news portal. Now, if you see the news portal, if you check the news portal, in every 1 hour or every half an hour, you will see the news updated on that portal. So you will see that the information is updated. So that kind of websites are called as your dynamic website. And to make the dynamic website, what you have to use? You have to use some technology in the backend that is going to fetch the information, whatever data which is updated in the backend will come to the front end with the help of some programming language. And therefore, the backend will provide backend technology to fetch the information from the database. So whatever information you want to show in the front end, okay, has to come from the backend database. and the information will be fetched with the help of your programming language. So you have to have knowledge of your backend. That means you should know the database, proper DBMS language. That is your DBMS will manage your data, because all the data will be saved in the backend in the database server. Okay, and all the information will be taken from the backend to the front end, and from the front end to the backend with the help of your programming language. Okay, so programming language is very much important for making it possible all the information is binded with the front end. So that is all about your backend. But backend is not always about the data coming from the backend only. Data can come from third party also. Now what is a third party? Suppose that if you want to show some information which is not in your database, data means it is not on your backend database, but it is provided by some third party, service provider. So you can also show that information with the help of your API. What is API? API is the mode of communicating with the third server or third party, and fetch the information from that third party and show in your website. For example, there are so many websites that shows your ticket availability, okay, your flight availability, okay, your train availability. All these information that comes from the third party. Indian Railway provides some data, your Air India provides some data. Okay, all this data is provided by some organization or some third party. You can, if you are a ticket booking agent, you can simply use API and fetch that information, and you can show on your web page. Similarly, there are a lot of different types of third party services that can be used in your web page, and all is done with the help of your programming language. So you should learn the programming language. You should have good knowledge about DBMS, that is SQL database, or no SQL database. And in the front end, you have to know about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And this is how you can become a front end developer as well as your back end developer. Okay. So what are the backend technologies that are most popular today? So backend technology, like your Python, that is programming language, Python, PHP, Java, C Sharp, .NET. And then in your DBMS software, you have your SQL, NoSQL database like Oracle. Because this is your DBMS software, they will manage your database. You have large number of data in your database server in the backend that will be efficiently managed by your DBMS software in the backend. So both these things are covered in your backend technology. So this is all about your front-end technology, back-end technology. Now, a candidate can only learn front-end and become a front-end developer, or he can learn back-end and become a back-end developer. But if you have good knowledge of both front-end and back-end, you can become a full-stack developer. Okay, so this is all about your full-stack development. I hope this much is clear to you. Now let's get back to our question part, guys, because I hope this particular thing is clear to you. So if you have any kind of queries, please ask, guys. Yes. Yes, guys, if you're listening, please put your questions. Yes. Anyone has any questions?
Mechanical engineer. So I have literally no experience in coding at all. So is this a field that I could actually pursue?
See, what is the name? Good name. Hello.
My name is Vignesh.
Okay. Okay, Vignesh, basically, if you are from mechanical background, okay, you have definitely done, you must have definitely done mathematics, or you must have mathematics or related subject to maths in your academics, right? So
Yes, sir.
if you have done some amount of mathematics, or and I think engineering students have good I mean they have good amount of mathematics that they pursue. I mean the first year and second year of engineering, you have a lot of mathematics. Okay, so that means uh, all the engineering background student or engineering students, they're potentially good in mathematics, and therefore, and if you're good in mathematics, or if your logic is strong, basically makes your logic very much strong. So that gives a big a base to become a programmer. So what is programming? Programming is all about using logic, and if your logic is good, and everything is all about the syntax, how to write the syntax. So learning syntax is not a big deal. Any programming language has its own syntax. If you talk about your Python, if you talk about your PHP, if you talk about your CS, C or Java, all you have to learn is how to write their syntax. Otherwise, logic is very much the same. You have, for example, if I give an example, you have done at the basic arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and modulus operation. You are also aware of logical operators like and, or, XOR, all those things. Okay. You're also aware of conditions less than, greater than, all. So these are all mathematical operators. These are all your logical operators. You're already aware of in your mathematics. Now you have to only use these logic and operators, and you have to learn the script of the programming language, and it hardly takes 1 or 2 months to learn entire programming language, including its object oriented programming language. If and you can learn any programming language, and in fact if you learn C and C++, Java syntax is very much similar to your C++. If you learn if you are aware of Java, your PHP and JavaScript syntax are very much similar to your Java. Okay, if you are already aware of Java, you can if you see that your .NET, that is C# syntax, is very much similar to your Java. Only the syntax is different by a small amount. Otherwise, logics and everything is same. So if you ask me, an engineer background student, whether he is mechanical, civil, or any engineering background, or even if he has done diploma in engineering, he is a very good, but he has a very much good potential to become a programmer. So are you clear with this?
Yes, sir. But when I'm starting full stack development, suppose I'm starting to learn it. So do I need to know anything else before I start? Like any other skills that I have to know about or something?
No. You actually you can start from any point of time. You don't, and there is no prerequisites. As I told you, the only requirement that you should is that to become a good developer or coder is that a good logic and a good reasoning ability. So if you are having good logical and reasoning ability, you can easily become a coder, and you can easily start with your programming. And gradually, once you start with your programming, definitely you will learn backend, and you will go to your DBMS, that is SQL, then you will learn front end technology, all those things, and then it takes time. It means I will say maximum it will take 9 months to 12 to 10 months to become a full stack developer if you start from today. Anything else you want to know?
No, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
any other questions from you all?
Uh, Professor Sanjay, I can see that there are individuals who have put certain questions over chat box.
Okay.
So the Mohammed is asking, I believe, whether we have covered these questions, or maybe you have answered it. But I again, update you that this is what he has asked. So if you can see the chat box, you will see that. So Mohammed is asking, sir, what will be the required skills for this full stack development? Though you have already covered that, I believe. And another
Yeah.
thing, Ritik Khar is asking that how do I get started? A step-by-step process. In continuation with that, Ismail Khan is asking, I do not know statistics. Can I start data science? So it's a data science question what he has asked. So I'll take quick session after once you are done. So I'll guide him. And he's also asking, I do not know coding. So can I start full stack development? So three questions in a one way you can give answer, because these are all related. What is the step-by-step guide to become a full stack development, though you are already covering these points? And if somebody doesn't know, like Ismail Khan is asking that I do not know any coding, so can I start full stack development?
Sure. So guys, I will get back to my question message. I will just pause this slide, and then I will try to give the answer for this question. Okay. So guys, the most common question that I came to know that is I have zero knowledge about the coding, and can I do the full stack development? So I will remove your doubt first of all. First of all, see, what is the approach of learning? See, whenever suppose if suppose I was a BSc IT student, or I want to take an admission into the BSc IT. Now I'm talking about the student who is willing to take admission for the BSc IT or BSc Computer Science, okay, or say BE Computer Engineering. The first thing is that whenever I take the admission, obviously at that time, at that point of time, I am zero. I'm starting with a zero level. So everyone starts with zero level. Okay, it is not that if you have not done be in electronics or be in computer engineering or be in computer science or BSc IT or BCA, that means you cannot do the programming. Assuming that whenever you are going to start, what we do, we always take the candidate as a very beginner, that is as if he has just taken admission into the first year. So what we start with, if you go and check the syllabus, what they start as a beginner whenever they take admission into some IT stream, the first thing is that they will first have some introduction about your general logic, mathematics, and then they will start with the basic C programming. Now, do you really think that if you would have not done mechanical or civil engineering or electronics and telecom, but instead of that, if you have taken admission into the BE computer science or engineering, you would have not done you would have not done become a programmer? Definitely you would have become a programmer. It is only the decision that you took to not pursue your not pursue your engineering or diploma or any graduation in IT field, that stopped you to learn the programming. Otherwise, if you start today assuming that you are very fresher, okay, you are taking admission in the first year and you are going to start everything with the basic, then why can't you do the programming? You can do it. I will give you an example of myself only. If you know, if Suyog has already introduced about me, I did my BSc in physics. I did my MSc in physics. See, I was not even from the BE or B diploma background. I was completely from plain science background. But today I know almost 15 to 6, 15 to 20 languages. I have developed so many different types of websites and applications. Okay, so that never stopped me to become a programmer. So if you say that if I'm from non-IT background, if I want to start it today, can I become a developer? Yes, you can definitely become a developer. It is not a big deal. But the only thing is that you have to start. You have to take the decision. Okay, and I took the decision. I became and today I am a programmer. I am developer, and also I am a trainer. So you can also become it. So become. So I think any other questions apart from this, guys?
So I believe mostly we have covered the questions, Professor Sanjay. So I'll quickly take them to the session, I believe. What would you suggest?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll quickly share my screen. Please tell me whether you can see the screen which I've shared. Is it visible to you, Professor Sanjay?
Not yet, sir. And meanwhile, guys, if you have any other queries, you can definitely put on your box, because we are here to answer your all queries. So please don't keep anything within you. Please come up with your questions.
So very well, as mentioned by Sanjay sir, if you have any questions, guys, so feel free to ask the questions. Just a minute, let me turn on my camera as well. I believe you guys can see me now also. Okay. I've just started this screen sharing. Is it visible, Professor Sanjay?
Yes, sir, yes.
Right. So a career in full stack development, this was the whole agenda for this talk, which we had. So I believe you guys have got certain insights and the points which sir has discussed with you. So what are the step-by-step process if anybody would be looking forward to make their career in full stack? So what are the ways they can look forward to and get into the full stack development? So a quick brief, I'll take you quickly about the program that what we offer and how the individuals who have an intention to make their career in full stack development, how ages can be. A quick brief about Aegis. So primarily, guys, we are an institution, and we started our journey almost 2 decades back, almost 2002, when there was a disruption was happening in telecom management. So that was a time two major collaborations had happened in India. One with IIT Delhi and another one with Aegis Mumbai, when we started Asia's only master's program in telecom management. So this is how the journey got started. And then almost 8 years back, we joined hands with IBM and we rolled out Asia's only master's program in data science, analytics, and big data, followed by the cybersecurity as well. There are other properties as well, which you can explore, like Data Science Congress, Aegis Gramble Award. These are the network innovation verticals what we have got, where we invite the various companies to present their nominations, they show their innovations, and we reward them. It's a quick brief about us. You can get more information on Google. So coming back to the full stack development. So this is the program if you guys are looking forward to start off. So it's better to take a program which was very well designed with the top experts and which will give you the practical insights. So this is a complete applied full stack development program what we offer. And this is a pay after program model. So pay after your placements, then only you have to pay the major chunk of the fee. And only in case you get through and shortlisted, I'll tell you the process. Individuals who get through and shortlisted, they need to pay a very minimal registration fees. And the remaining amount you have to pay once you have the placement. So quick structure about this program. Entire duration, the program what we offer, this PGP program, is for 9 months. So it's an on-campus model. Entire training modules will be for 6 months. That is inclusive of 3 months of front-end technology and 3 months of back-end technology, that very well explained by Professor Sanjay. I believe you guys have an understanding about it. And then followed by the 3 months projects. I told you in the beginning that it's a completely applied program. So training does not make any sense if you're not implementing it in a real projects. So this program is a blend of both. So now the commencement date is 20th June that we are starting the program. Individuals, like a lot of individuals have that question and a query that they are from non-technical, non-IT, and they wanted to get into, they have no understanding of coding. So guys, you are very much eligible if you have the bachelor's and graduation degree in any discipline. So you are eligible to apply for this program. I have my colleague there, Suyog. I request them to put the link on this chat box to everyone. And you can also take a snapshot of the screen from your mobile phone or maybe using your laptop. And you can go to the link which you can see right there, municampus.com/program/full-stack, PGP full-stack. And you can directly reach out to that page and you can apply. Because the process will be online application, which is open till 5th of this month, June. I mean, next month is the deadline. And then we are closing down the admissions. Once we receive your application, you need to appear for one Aegis Aptitude Test, which is a completely online test. And that test is for 1 hour, MCQ based, followed by the interview. And in case you get through and shortlisted, we give the admission offer to you. Quick highlights about the program. This program will be taught by the best of the brains, the top faculties, the full stack developers, industry experts. They will guide you and they will mentor you in this program. It's a completely applied program because the major emphasis will be given on the project spot, the real life projects and portfolio projects. This is how the applied nature of this program will come. Participants will get the exposure to the state-of-the-art Aegis labs, what we have got, which is a virtual lab setup, what we have got. The curriculum, what we have designed, this is designed as per the requirement from the companies. As sir has also showed you that there are more than 1 lakh jobs are available. Companies are looking forward to hire a jack of all trades to whom company can utilize in any vertical, whether front end, back end, on the DevOps kind of roles. So there is no financial burden. It's a pay after program module. So you have to pay in case you get through and shortlisted. You need to pay a registration fees, and the remaining total fee you have to pay. Major chunk you have to pay once you have a placement post your completion of this program. And the world-class learning management system this program will give you, because one session is not enough to digest the entire skills. Though it was a briefing session what we have done, but if you are getting into the program, it is not easy to acquire these skills. So you need to have a system through which you can revive that session any number of times. So for which the LMS system will help you. Whatever lecture we deliver, that will be recorded and uploaded to the learning management system what we have got. And participants will have the access for the same. And the career management center for your excellent placements. This is icing on a cake. So after completion of your training, we will provide you the assistance for the placements. For that, we have a dedicated career management center. So how and what to opt for this PA, what and how to opt for this pay after program model. So application process, as I told you, online applications are open till 5th of June next month. Once you receive your application, you need to appear for the AGES aptitude test, followed by the interview. In case you get through and shortlisted, we will give you the admission offer letter, and you have to pay a partial fee, which is the registration fees, and then remaining amount you have to pay once you have get hired, get placed post completion of your program. So this is how a PAP model, and you can opt in that way. What you will learn, I'll not take a deeper dive into that slide because already we have been through with the entire technical aspect of it, like front end, what we're learning, the back end, DevOps for the developers part, the database, and other technologies that we'll be learning in this program. So now the total number of jobs, quick, I can revive that statement that more than 1 lakh jobs are available, and companies are voraciously looking forward to hire a right individual, right fit to have the right kind of technology. And this program will give you the edge over others in those technologies. As I told you, applications are open, guys. 5th June is the deadline. Commencement date is 20th June, and the tests and interviews will be on 6th and 7th. We are conducting the tests and the interviews. In case you get through and shortlisted, we will give you the admission offer letter. So 6th and 7th, as I told you, is the aptitude test, and 6th, the test will be happening up, and 7th, we are conducting the interviews. And the result will be out by 8th or 9th of June. We will declare the results, and accordingly, you can take up your admission. There are other programs as well. I can see that there are certain individuals, a Smile or somebody had asked us that what about data science program, which is separate. So there are different programs altogether, which you can go and check out on our portal. And I would request Yog to share that details of the data science program as well in this chat box of the candidates that we get to know. So this is a full-time on-campus mode of delivery, which is a postgraduate program in data science, business analytics, and big data that we offer. So Smile was asking that he does not have any coding background. So eventually, the data science program requires only 3 skill sets, which we look forward in the candidate. One should have a logical reasoning capability, analytical reasoning capability, and your passion to make your career in data science. Because data science, it's all about making sense out of the data. If you're looking at more interest towards data science program, I'll share my coordinates with you at the end of the session. You can reach out to me and my team. We will guide you that how you can go ahead with that full-time data science program as well. We also offer that cybersecurity program, which is a complete master's program. On campus and live interactive mode of delivery will be available for the advanced learners, I mean, who are completely looking forward to make a switch into core AI and machine learning aspect. So for which the background of coding is kind of must, for which the on-campus model and live interactive mode of delivery is available. So these are the quick brief about the program that we offer. And I'm Ritin Joshi. And if you would have any questions, you can reach out to me. My email ID is mentioned, ritin.j@ages.edu.in. You can also look out the programs at our website, ages.edu.in. You can go to, you can reach out to directly my number. I have mentioned my team's number as well. You can take a snapshot of this screen and you can reach out to us and if you would have any questions. So we are open for any questions, guys. If you would have any questions, we are open for any questions. So if you would have any questions, guys, please come up with. So I can see there are individuals who have put certain things on chat box. Okay, fees. So Chandrakant Yeshi is asking the fee part. So for which program you're asking, Chandrakant? I believe full stack development program, right? Mentioned. Okay, brilliant. So for full stack development program, the total fee of this course is 1.5 lakhs, and we have put a very minimal fee for this program. And in case you get through and shortlisted, you need to go through and get into. In case you get through and shortlisted, you have to pay a minimum registration fee that is 50,000 rupees, and the remaining 1 lakh you have to pay to us once you have a placement and post completion of your program. So this is how the fee part will work. Chandrakant, I believe I answered that question to you. Anybody would have any questions in data science?
So I have one question.
Okay.
That since you told us that after getting placed, we could pay the remaining amount. So by what time do we need to pay?
Once you have a placement, once you get a job in your hand, then it will get started. It is as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, so Akhilesh is asking how many fees for data scientists. See, data scientist, the data science program, what we offer, Akhilesh, is the most premium program that we offer. It's a 11-month program. It's a completely applied, research-driven data science program, which is equivalent to masters, which has a global acceptance as well. For that program, the full-time program, it will be happening. The start date is 29th of August, and for which also the applications are open. And applications are open till 20th of June. And till that time, it's a first phase applications are open. And why I'm giving you a brief on that, because till 20th June, till first phase application deadline, we have the scholarships available also, which we call research assistantship. That will go up to 2.5 to 3 lakh rupees. So depending upon how your interview, your test would go, the process is the same. So individuals can get that much amount of a scholarship as well. Okay, I got another question that how much package you will get. So I'll come to the package also. So for the total fee for data science program, as I told you, it's the most premium program. Classes will be held for 6 days a week. And the packages part, let me come to the packages, then I tell you the fee part also, because you asked about the packages. On an average, the fresh graduates, if I talk about the freshers intake that we have, freshers coming from any domain, any stream, any background, even we have been offering that data science program for the last 8 years. And this new batch we are coming up for data science is our 22nd batch. And the average package for the freshers, it would be around 13 to 14 lakh rupees is the average package. And maximum that goes for the freshers up till 18 to 19 lakhs. Now coming back to the fee part, total fees of this course, data science one, is 7.5 lakhs. But till first phase of deadline, which is open, as I mentioned, there are scholarships available. So depending upon how the candidates will perform in the test and the interview, it will go up to 2.5 to 3 lakhs, depending upon your caliber, depending upon how you perform in the test and your interview. So there will be absolute waiver, that assistantship, that scholarship, what we call it, so that you will get. And so the effective fees would be lesser than what you have to pay the actual fees. So I believe I answered that question to you also, Chandrakant. And the companies who come for the placements, you name it and we have it. So, and mostly, and what about your background, Chandrakant? Which background you are coming from? Why don't you give me an insight about your background? You can type it over chat box. Okay. What about your background? What is your qualification? So industry, so you're asking that should I pay for industry? So industry projects is a part of that data science program. So it's a completely applied program that computer science engineering background from 2022. So this year will be completing. Brilliant. And from which city you are from? I presume from Mumbai or which city? Okay, Ulhasnagar. Brilliant. So I believe others cannot see that chat because he's typing to me directly over direct message I'm getting. Okay, so now Chandrakant, the fee is for full program. There is no partial thing will not work here in the full-time data science program, because it's a complete package where we impose the complete hands-on exposure candidates will get, starting from your statistics, from your Python, from your machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, then your SQL, Excel, advanced Excel, some visualization tools like Tableau, ClickSense, ClickView, big data ecosystem tools like Hadoop and Spark is a very core part of this program. So it's a very, very, very intensive program. That's why the classes timing will be like 6 days at a stretch for a week. Full day, 10 to 5, 10 to 6, it will be happening in that way. And it's an applied program because once the candidates, they get on board, if they get through and shortlisted. And also, let me tell you, seats are very limited. We have only 60 seats available. We do not take much higher intake. 60 is the maximum batch strength what we have got. And we train these individuals extensively on these skills which I talked about. And simultaneously, candidates, they get to work upon the real projects. And these are not cut, copy, paste projects. So no, this is not like industry projects will pay. How this is not, it will work, Chandrakant. It's a complete program. You're not getting my point, right? So it's a complete program which is for 11 months. You cannot do the industry projects because you do not have these skill sets. Because the kind of projects we are working upon, I'll name some of them. For various automobile segments, we are working upon driverless car simulation-based projects. AI commentator system we are creating for IPL matches, as you can see. Gone were the days of having the cricket commentator like Ravi Shastri. So our candidates, they're designing that project in which the AI-enabled system, they will be ball by ball commentary. That system will give the commentary depending upon the live scenario which is happening. For various automobile telecom segments, we are working upon various projects. For various BFSI, banking and financial sector, we are working upon fraud detection analytics projects based upon facial recognition system what we have designed. So it's a completely AI-enabled deep learning-based projects for which you have to have the understanding of starting from the statistics, then your Python, then your machine learning, your NLP, your graph database visualization, because at the end you need to create a brilliant graphical presentations as well. If you're dealing with the data which is in terabytes, you cannot even your SQL server will not able to handle these kind of data. So you need to have the systems like Hadoop and Spark is required in order to analyze the data in real time and store that data. So it's a complete package. That's why the companies are offering the packages I told you that typically would be expected by IITs, I believe. Average package for the freshers, again, let me remind you, if you have not listened to me properly, it goes like 13, 14 is the average package for the freshers. And maximum goes 18 to 19 lakhs. So ROIs are very high. It's a very intensive program. So that the process of this program, the enrollment process, is very tedious. So I believe that will suffice. I believe I answered your question, Chandrakant. So you can apply for this program. Applications are open. First phase applications are on. And also for this program, we have the tie-up with various banks like IDFC First Bank. So they provide a minimal interest rate and maximum tenure, the loan part I'm talking, 12 months to maximum 12 years tenure what they offer. And it takes hardly 2 weeks maximum time to get your loan disbursement done. So even you do not have to rely on your parents, even the bank will pay you on your behalf. But ROIs are very high in case the candidates they get on board. So it is like sky high, and the packages what companies are offering. Anybody would have any questions regarding full stack or data science or any other program that we offer, guys?
Yes, sir. I joined late, so you can explain.
Yes. So, what is your question? What is your name? Rupali Pawar. Right? Yes. So tell me any question do you have, Rupali?
Sir, I joined late, so I can't hear what you said.
See, typically, so this session was all about full stack development, right? So what is your intention? So are you looking forward to make your career in full stack or data science or in exponential technology? What exactly you are looking forward to? Rupali, can you hear me? Hello, Rupali, can you hear me? So this session is all about, we started with full stack. So how the industry is expecting, the acceptance, what are the industry's parameters, what are the expectations of the companies, or what are the baby steps that we can take in order to make your career in full stack development. So this is, so full stack Python you are looking forward to. Okay, so this is a complete full stack development program that we offer. So which is for 6 months of program and 3 months of projects. Completely 9 months duration, and we're starting this program from 20th of June, for which the applications are open. So in which we are covering up, so let me quickly, so this is same Chandrakant, you're asking about same AI ML. So the data science program we offer, it's a completely AI and ML, which is a core part of this program. Fee is the same as I talked about, and the packages I told you, this is the same. Right, so the range typically, if I'll tell you, if I talk about the minimum package, bare minimum, it started from 8.5, and for the freshers point of view, I'm talking, and it goes 18 lakhs, whereas the average package is 13-14 lakh rupees, and maximum it goes 40 to 65 lakh rupees. This is in your hand, that candidates who get through and shortlisted, if you perform well, because placement it typically goes 97-98% for every batches what we have. And mostly the 80-85% companies that typically offer the profiles of data scientists. And for more information, you can go and check out our Aegis TV, which is a channel what we have got in YouTube as well. And you can also go through about our LinkedIn page as well, where you will find the alumni as well. And you are from computer science background that you mentioned. Even we have the candidates who are coming from absolutely non-coding backgrounds, like BCom graduates, commerce graduates, economics graduates. Even these individuals, they are drawing sky high, insane and ugly packages what companies they are offering them. Right? So it's a very intensive program, so that the process is intensive, and so that the packages would go sky high. So now coming back to you, Rupali. So, okay, your mic is not working. Full stack Python. So this is a complete full stack development program. Let me quickly share my screen. This will give you an idea that what we are covering up in this program. Quickly, I'll take hardly a few seconds, and I'll show you. But that session will be available on our YouTube channel as well. You can later on go through that session. So this is the program what I talked about, Rupali. Quickly, I'll give you a brief. It's a full stack development program. Applications are open. 9 months program in total. 3 months, 6 months total training. 3 months front end, 3 months back end. And the main projects you will be working upon for 3 months. New batch was starting from 20th June. And go through the chat. So our team, they have sent across the links through which you can apply. Bachelors are very much welcome in any discipline. The graduates, one should have a graduation completed. Or maybe if you're in your final year, you can also apply to this program. Online application, aptitude test, admission interview, and the admission offer letter would be given. So quick highlights will be taught. This program will be taught by the best of the brains. A completely applied program. Major emphasis will be given on the real projects. You will get the exposure to very high-end labs while you'll be working upon the projects part. Curriculum, what we have got, this is designed as per the industry requirement and the demand. Financial burden is not there, because in case the candidates they get through for this full stack development program, candidates they have to pay a very minimal fee, and the major chunk they have to pay once they have a placement. So this is how a pay after program model will work for the full stack development program we offer. We have a world-class learning management system. Whatever lecture we deliver in full stack or any other data science program, that will be recorded and uploaded to the learning management system simultaneously, and the candidates would have the access for the same. And we have a dedicated career management center who provide the placements as well. So how to opt? Applications are open, as I told you, Rupali. 5th June is the deadline till the applications are open. Once you receive your application, you have to go through with the aptitude test and the interview. In case you get through, you will get the admission offer letter. And you have to pay a minimal fee, and the major amount of the fee that you have to pay once you have a job in your hand post completion of this program. So what you will learn in front end, like we have already discussed, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, all these skills that you'll be learning. Back end, you'll be learning Python, Java, Spring, Django, Node.js. So this is what you'll be learning. Database, you'll be learning MySQL, some of the skills you might have already learned, I believe. Then DevOps, CI, CD pipelines, building, and all these skills you'll be learning. And some other technology that you'll be learning as well in this complete. So it's a complete stack of the program that we have discussed already, and that session is available in our YouTube channel. You can go and check out on our YouTube channel in YouTube what we have got, named Aegis TV. So I would suggest my team, so you to please share that channel link as well. And this session's link that we have done earlier as well. So go through that link, you will get an idea. Mostly, if you go to any website, this is data what I have scrapped from the website. More than 1 lakh or 1,10,000 jobs are available in full stack development. 5th June, again, I am reminding you or telling you, 5th June is the deadline for the application. Once you receive your application, your interview and test will be scheduled, and aptitude test will be scheduled for 6th of June, and the test and the interview are lined up. Interviews are lined up on 7th of June. And in case you get through and shortlisted, you get the admission offer letter for this program. So this is all about full stack. I believe you might get some idea. Rupali, yes or no? Put it in the chat box if your mic is not working. I believe that has sufficed you. Any more questions do you have? Rupali, I believe you are still there listening to us. Okay, so 20th June is some function in your family. How can I join 20th? Please help me out. So, okay, you can join 20th batch because and whatever lectures we deliver, as if you have been listening to me, as I told you that the sessions will be uploaded and recorded to the learning management system. And the first day will be the induction session. So nothing much would be there. So it will be happening. So you can attend your sister's wedding on that day. But before that, you have to apply and prove your worth. In case you get through and shortlisted, you get the admission offer letter. And again, for the fee payment part, somebody is asking me directly over chat box. So for full stack development program, guys, you have to pay a minimum in case you get through and shortlisted. Total fee for the full stack development program is 1.5 lakhs, inclusive of all taxes, out of which you have to pay a minimum fee, a registration fee, what we call it, 50,000, in case you get through and shortlisted. And remaining 1 lakh you have to pay once you have a job in your hand, post completion of this program. And for the placements also, we at Aegis, we have a dedicated career management center who provide you the excellent placements opportunities. So I believe that is suffice. Rupali, you get some idea? Mention yes or no. So what about your background, Rupali? I believe you have not mentioned that. Okay, you are from CSE background. Brilliant. No worries. So you can join from 22nd also. Okay, 2021 pass out. So till then, are you working or you are preparing for something? So you are preparing for some competitive examination or you have started working some organization? So Rupali, so 2021 pass out you have mentioned. So are you working somewhere currently or? Okay, no worries. So it's a good initiative that you are looking forward to, and which will certainly give you different dimensions to your career, and rather than add wings to your career. So you can look forward for this full stack development program, which will help you in a big way. All right. So I believe that is, you might have got the insights about the program that we are offering. So it was pleasure connecting you guys. Anybody would have any questions? All right. So it was pleasure communicating to you on this Friday evening. So all the very best, guys, for your future career endeavors, and we'll keep conducting such sessions and workshops as well. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel again. So you'll please share that link, because whenever we are live and if you are available at that time, on the fly, on the go, you can get these sessions, or you can join these sessions, or you can go through our Facebook page as well, Aegis to Data Science, where we keep flashing our upcoming events and the workshops, which you can join, and you can get a VIP pass so that you can directly enter into the sessions that we are conducting. Okay. Thank you so much. Pleasure connecting to you guys. Thank you so much, and all the very